Let me share a curious truth about the spotlight in our connected world. We exist in an era where lives unfold in pixels, vacations flaunted, meals immortalized, triumphs echoed, even vulnerabilities veiled in hashtags. But amid the clamor, some souls remain ghosts. They lurk without leaving traces, absorb without announcing, exist without exhibition. You might have a friend like that. Or perhaps it's you. And the puzzle persists. Why opt for obscurity when the stage beckons with endless applause? We might dismiss it as mere timidity or seclusion. Yet that's only the surface. Lurking deeper is a rich tapestry of mindset, self-awareness, and a subtle defiance against a society hooked on spectacle. These individuals aren't just avoiding the limelight, they're redefining what it means to be truly present in an age of constant performance. Their choice challenges the very fabric of how we connect, forcing us to question if true visibility comes from sharing or from selective silence. For these individuals, invisibility isn't void, it's sovereignty. It's the deliberate grip on what remains undisclosed. After all, platforms have stealthily redefined identity. They exalt exposure, glorify the echo. Those who linger unseen often perceive the game with crystal clarity. They observe uninterrupted, ponder before pulsing, discern before declaring. Research in psychology reveals a compelling pattern. Those who post sparingly tend to excel in qualities like impulse mastery, inward reflection, and inner fortitude. They're less swayed by peer benchmarks or fleeting affirmations. Essentially, they're not broadcasting their essence, they're excavating it. In a realm flooded with facades, that's a treasure. But let's dig further. This isn't always innate. Sometimes it's cultivated through experience. Perhaps they witnessed how oversharing led to misunderstandings or diluted the magic of personal milestones. Over time, they learn that silence amplifies introspection, allowing space for genuine self-discovery without the distortion of public opinion. This process can even enhance cognitive flexibility, as they adapt to viewing life through a lens unfiltered by likes and comments, fostering a more nuanced understanding of human interactions. Because, truthfully, much of our sharing isn't mere dialogue, it's persona sculpting. It's a tacit plea for inclusion. Each image, quip, or update whispers, "Behold me. Do I belong?" But withhold that, and a transformation brews. You sever your value from virtual cheers. You cease framing life in snippets. You reclaim experiences for your own gaze, not the gallery's. That's the hidden psyche of many non-posters. They yearn for genuineness in an arena of artifice. They don't shun the digital realm. They simply can't locate their core within its gloss. It's not anti-progress or reclusive. It's rejecting the compression of existence into vignettes. Once you grasp the ease of crafting illusions, you cherish the unshareable. Stillness, nuance, rawness, verity. Consider the daily toll. Constant posting can erode boundaries, turning private reflections into public commodities. Those who step back often report a renewed sense of privacy, where thoughts can mature without premature exposure, fostering deeper creativity and emotional resilience. Moreover, this detachment allows for a healthier balance between online observation and offline engagement, preventing the burnout that plagues heavy users. For others, this retreat follows digital fatigue. They once flooded feeds until authenticity evaporated. They sensed the subtle coercion to escalate, to outshine prior posts. Living morphed into staging. So they fade without fanfare, no farewell, just a gentle eclipse. Yet misconceptions abound. Abstaining doesn't equate to apathy or disconnection. Often it stems from profound care, for mindfulness, significance, safeguarding the hallowed. Consider experiential sanctity in psychology. The notion that a memory or emotion feels profoundly yours. Share it, and that bond dilutes, exposed to scrutiny, distortion, ridicule. Thus, non-posters safeguard their claim on life's essence. They preserve purity and privacy. And perhaps that's not retreat, it's liberation. Expanding on this, some find that this choice enhances real-world connections. Without the crutch of online updates, Interactions become more intentional, rooted in curiosity rather than curated highlights. Friends reach out genuinely. Conversations flow from shared presence rather than prompted by posts. This shift can lead to stronger, more authentic relationships, as trust builds on unmediated experiences rather than performative glimpses. Ponder this. When did you last savor a joy without the itch to document? When did triumph linger without a share button's tug? That impulse isn't innate. It's engineered. Years of notifications, endorsements, and reward rushes have wired us to link worth with witness. Defying that? It's not passive, it's potent. It demands insight to evade a snare built for captivity. Those who abstain often boast a robust, internal anchor of control, a psych term for deriving fulfillment from self, not spectators. They affirm I am, sans echoes. Even more intriguing, data indicates extended pauses from posting boost mood equilibrium and contentment. Freed from perpetual reflection, identity solidifies, unvarnished, authentic. You cease tailoring tales for consumption. You embrace the chaos, splendor, and unpolished flow. Perhaps that's the ultimate insurgency. Wholeness amid a culture of shards. Moreover, this detachment can mitigate the mental health pitfalls of social media, such as anxiety from FOMO or the pressure to maintain an idealized self, leading to greater overall well-being and focus on offline pursuits. Studies further suggest that such individuals may develop heightened empathy, as their observational role hones their ability to read subtle social cues without the bias of self-projection. But shadows aren't always serene. Sometimes they cloak weariness. Platforms promised bonds but delivered depletion. The quiet toll of curated triumphs while grappling with your raw script breeds doubt. Comparison creeps unbidden. Self-doubt festers. Eventually some withdraw, not in spite, but for survival. They owe no spectacle, no rationale for quietude, no facade of bliss to convince skeptics. We've conflated exposure with essence, presuming notice equals import. But depth defies display. Life's pivotal shifts, evolution, sorrow, renewal, unfold in seclusion, unrecorded, unapplauded. To elaborate, this invisibility can also stem from past experiences of online harassment or betrayal, where sharing led to vulnerability exploited. By choosing shadows, they reclaim agency, building a buffer against potential harm while still engaging as observers, which satisfies curiosity without risk. This protective stance often evolves into a philosophical outlook, viewing digital spaces as tools for input rather than output, allowing for knowledge absorption without emotional expenditure. Psychologists stress self-congruence, harmony between inner truth and outer mask. In filter-saturated times that sink fractures, you curate a self for acclaim. Opting out? It's preserving that fragile accord, honoring the rift between private core and public shell. They don't require crowds to certify emotions. They don't frame dawns to etch their warmth. They immerse fully, quietly. Here's the irony. Silent types often sense existence most vividly. Undiverted by showmanship, they catch overlooked wonders. The play of shadows, a breath's hesitation, whispers of wind, presence reigns, a scarce gem in attention's economy. Yet this can breed misjudgment, aloof, enigmatic, distant. But probe deeper. Their hush isn't hollow, it's profound. It's the poise of needing no defense to be grasped, a serene surety in being comprehended by select few, not masses. Furthermore, this approach aligns with mindfulness practices, where non-posters inadvertently cultivate a meditative relationship with technology, using it as a tool rather than a tether, which enhances mental clarity and reduces cognitive overload from constant connectivity. It also opens doors to alternative forms of expression, like journaling or in-person storytelling, enriching their inner narrative. That's their wisdom. Not all revelations suit the arena. Some facets merit insulation from code and critique. Once aired, they shift, owned by views, verdicts, virality. Perhaps certain instants are too divine for dilution. So next time you spot a silent scroller, don't presume evasion. Maybe they're thriving. Maybe they've reclaimed what we've surrendered. That obscurity isn't isolation, it's self-communion. That hush isn't barren, it's fertile. Sometimes, the purest humanity is withholding. For we're not spectacles, we're souls. And those who abstain, they echo this daily in their serene, unadorned, magnificently veiled ways. In essence, their choice invites us all to question, what if stepping back isn't loss, but gain? What if the shadows hold the light we've been seeking all along? Perhaps experimenting with your own digital pause could reveal untapped depths, reminding us that true connection often blooms in the quiet.